All right, so we are getting ready here for the last hoorah.
We're going to go ahead and get our files nice and set up.
Just a single A.
And they're off to the races,
race
folks.
number 3. And so again, to remind everybody at home, the winner of this race is going to get a bonus point in addition to the 2 points that they're going to get altogether. So it's going to be very important as we run into the rest of this round robin. Also,
Yeah.
I just got scared. That is right? Someone's walking away with 3 points, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the results are either going to be 4 points to one and 0 to the other, or 3 to one and 1 to the other. And because these guys have split those first 2 games, it's going to be a 3 points to one and 1 to the last.
You figure that I should know that. I've commentated the league for most of the time, and it's just like, wait, how does this go again? I mean, to be fair, I wasn't available for the playoffs, so it has been a little,
Yeah, and with the playoffs being different, it's easy to get confused. If the playoffs were just off of a standard best of 3 setup.
Right, so we are moving along in City again. So far, so good from both runners here. And again,
Yep.
City and Oakside are like super optimized, very short. I know that
there are a lot of places where things can go wrong, but
Yes.
very often they don't. And it's especially being so early on in the run, it's something you get a lot of practice in.
it's almost like a dance routine. Oh,
And
Chai actually getting a mishap there.
yeah, try having 2 left feet, it seems, in said dance routine.
Nice corner boost from both runners there. I hate this room, personally, the one that they just cleared. I actually don't even go for that. I played the safe route and grabbed the zipper because
yeah.
I have lost a lot of time. And again, it's, like when you're losing time in those things, it's just like you get that stubbornness, like I can do this trick. And it's like, you should probably just do it intendedly so you can move forward.
Right, yeah.
So
That's certainly something that like a lot of beginner speedrunners I feel like make the mistake of, is like feeling like they have to do all the
Yeah.
tech even if it takes them like 20 tries. I know I fall for the same thing.
it's like, no, I can do this. And it's like, I mean, I'm not saying you can't, but you could have saved like 15 seconds if you just went this way and just called it good.
You were so preoccupied with whether or not you could that you didn't think of whether or not you should.
Yep, there you go. That's like the best. I'm about to write that down and use that as a quote. So we are now in Old Side yet again.
If you want the actual source, that is a line from Jurassic Park.
Oh,
It's from Ian Malcolm talking to Hammond, like talking about the whole concept of the park.
that's right. You're like a super movie buff. I remember
Yeah,
you-
I'm really, really into movies, music, books, like all forms of art.
I am not a super movie buff, unfortunately. I know it's bad. So there's a lot of good ones, but just choose to. Oh, don't. I was about to get super upset if you hit retry there because I was like, no. You don't
Yeah.
want to. You could easily make that up in less time. But now Chai having a little bit of a hang up here. So he's moving through the battle and chase. Flad, on the other hand, looking very clean. He's getting through these coin blocks.
Okay, so he's giving Flad this nice early lead. Look at that, over a room apart at the moment.
My favorite part of the song is on, and I can hear it.
Yep.
It's just, oh, it's so good.
During the whole battle and chase, like all of the just like nice melody going on. And I really love like how the song is so progressive. Like it's it all feels like the exact same song despite having so many drastically different moods to it.
And that is very apparent in Chapter 3. For a long time, Chapter 3 was like my favorite piece of music in the game, just because of how it builds upon itself as we progress. And I mean, the viewers are going to see it as we get into the next chapter here. But Fladervy already in a wake, moving along very nicely here. I mean, so far it looks like that nice break is paying off for Flad, but we'll have to wait and see because we do have Mirror Temple coming up. Oh no, Chai actually running into a couple springs here. So if you run into the springs, you basically lose all your momentum.
Yeah, and
moving
that's
forward.
brutal in that section where
Yeah.
all you're trying to do is keep as much speed as possible. Which it's kind of funny because those boost platforms are invaluable casually because they give you your dash back. But in some cases, especially like in the sections where you don't have a whole lot of floors and you're trying to use the horizontal boost patches, like they can be still really useful for that same reason. But a lot of the ones that are on the ground vertically oriented, are just really, really rough to make any sort of contact with.
All right, so now we are back in the resort for a third time. And again, we were talking about the music. I mean, like, with the progression here, you're going to hear it throughout. Like, every time the a door opens, see a little more added to each bit by bit. It's so good.
And the way that synth, like, kind of comes at you like a wave, it's so good.
It just builds, like, it gives a sense of exploration. That's how the best way to put it, especially for how this is going here. It's like you're just kind of going through the resort and trying to figure things out before things start picking up. And it's like a calm before the storm as we move into a huge mess.
Yep. You can like start seeing indications of the mess. You know, you start seeing the bookcases and other just miscellaneous trash everywhere.
Like this is, I think I listened to this song a ridiculous amount of times for my day-to-day.
Oh yeah.
Just always have it on. Or if I'm like doing like, you know, digital art or something at home, it's just like just put it on. It's very relaxing.
Yeah, like especially as some kind of background music, video game music is just really invaluable. I think it's very underrated ultimately. A lot of people think like, oh, it's just for when you're playing games, but a lot of the sound design is just so beautiful in so many games.
And then we have this section too. I love this because it's like every time that you clear something out, it just gets more and more chaotic. Like the sound does.
And it's interesting too, like how these various sub areas can kind of be modified based on which order you do them in because of the stuff that gets removed.
And so Flat has still got a few seconds ahead here. It's just some hang-ups here in the huge mess portion. He missed the spike jump early on, but was able to get it on second try. Chai now moving along through the book section here. And then we see actually two different strats there. Chai was going for the ultra strat in that room, and Fladervy going for the more traditional one. Nice wall bounce there.
So it looks like Chai with a very mild lead at the moment. A couple of seconds, if anything.
We'll see as he heading to Tal's here. Tal's known to make or break this chapter. Most notably these last two screens. You see Flat do a reverse hyper. And then this section right here. Getting that wall bounce. Getting the fast cycle. Let's go. Let's go. Chai as well. And now they're both making their way out to the elevator shaft. Chai's going to clock in at a 6:21. Skipping that cutscene. Flad also at a 6:21. A little 22, a little mini mishap there, but we are practically dead even right now. It's pretty nutty. This is why I flew out here. To be quite honest, this is what I wanted.
Really nice and tight right now, and coming up to, of course, the demo dash.
Trying, getting set up, getting it first try, putting the pressure on Fladervy here, getting the checkpoint.
Yep. Just like we talked about before the races started, you get that really, really precise trick and then end up just messing up pretty drastically the next room.
All right, Chai first to get into the Oshiro section here. Actually, looks like Flag might have gotten a little bit of a lead here. Yeah, about 3
based
seconds.
on the IGT, yeah.
I'm going to have to say it was from that cast cycle room right after the demo.
Yeah, because he pulled that off really, really clean.
Oh, that was a little bit close to comfort there. I've never seen Oshiro get lined up like that. Usually, you're safe from waiting on it, so he must have just barreled through that room. All right, Chai on the last screen here, hoping to not repeat history from game number 2. So far, so good. Vlad also on that last screen. Chai's going to get out, clocking in at what was a 4:28? Or 4:18. Ooh, that's a very, very nice resort time. 5 seconds ahead of Vlad there. So able to save a little bit of time as they move into Golden Ridge. I almost said resort.
I mean, I think some people would consider it a resort, but I certainly don't. There's nothing relaxing or resortful about it.
Yeah, I don't see how it could be relaxing when you have like 70-mile winds blowing into your face nonstop.
Yup.
That's a China barreling through. So far, so good on flat side too. Okay. Chai going for Archie, getting that.
Archie, the premium strat, the only strat that actually matters in the game.
Yes.
As long as you get Archie, it doesn't matter if you miss bub drop 6 times.
Yep, it's the new way to validate the run. It's not. Don't worry, folks. If you're like, is my run gonna be validated because I didn't do it? Yes, it will. You will be approved on speedrun.com. Don't worry. It's just like with the door skip meme. Whoa!
Yeah, Flad gonna have to reset that
off.
platform. That is gonna be a pretty rough time loss. Not quite as bad as Chai in game 1, but not how you want to get midway through the Golden Ridge section here.
Yeah, and I think he's still going to have the lead here, but it's definitely going to be cut into. And again, we have this room coming up. The one that Chai's in. Flat has the faster strat here, so it's he'll easily be able to regain that time. He's going to get this first try. He's going for it. Reverse hyper. Oh, just short.
Ouch.
That one
Go
is.
ahead and take the standard slower strat.
That one is always, you just won't know until you just don't get in the bubble if you're gonna make it or not, because it's very tight.
And those are, of course, the roughest types of tricks when you think that they're going to succeed and then just nope.
And so Chai getting into cliff face, I'm gonna say about a 951 here, so it's really close. I still feel that Flad, actually, it looks like that Flad is behind by just a few seconds here. But again, we have a lot of gameplay left.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're only like maybe a third of the way through the run, honestly, so. It's really wild just how much of the run is just concentrated in those last 2 stages.
I know. It is crazy. I mean, especially if you have like, if you were to have a race setting with runners that are in like say 33 or 34 minute range, like reflection in resort or reflection in summit is so important, and you'll see like that battle go back and forth.
Oh yeah.
So Flat now running into a little bit of trouble here trying to get this reverse ultra there. He's able to get it. Got Chai entering 5A, looks to be at about 10:34. So definitely going to have a lead here. But this is where like things are going to come to a head.
Oh yeah. So Chai has been 2 for 2 on those bubs drops. So we'll see if he's able to pull out that consistency again, and if the practice on Flad's side ended up paying off.
I think the best thing that I would like to see is like, at least with bubs drop in general, it's like you just go for it. You just have to have that feel. You can't like, you know, because some people are like, oh, how do you do it? It's one of the, like, you can explain the ins and outs of it, but like to explain how to do it, I can't tell you when to do the jump or anything else. It's just
one of
based
those
on
things
feel.
that you just have to mess with until you're able to start recognizing what works and what doesn't. Ooh, Flad with a somewhat rough death here in the middle of this room.
I know some people have, actually Fladervy in particular, he actually has a metronome that he would have at home, and he would start playing it when he would start 5A or 5B, and he would use that as an audio tell.
Chai dashing right through that blue block, really unfortunate.
Nice off cycle, playing it safe a little bit here, but he's going to lose some time.
As Flad with the nice yeet jump here. Full yeet to close off yeets in this game 3.
So just as quick, Chai with the tape grab at 120. This is going to, Flad could save a lot of time here. He can get through this tape room. See, so far, getting that, oh, nope. Nice. So he's going to get out of this at least 5 seconds ahead of Chai as they head into 5B. All right, now this is the moment of truth.
Yep.
Chai's getting set up first here. Oh, taking a dip.
Taking the dash right into the spikes instead of actually being able to hover on the platform. Oh, and missing his
no,
first
and actually
bubs
missing the
drop of
bubs
the
drop.
day. Take a deep breath.
See if Vlad is aware or not that Chai missed that. He's going for a second attempt. He's going to get a second try.
Okay, not bad at all. is going in.
Oh, no.
First try fail.
Both runners missing it on the first attempt.
And you can see that agitation.
Yeah.
Jeez, gotta be feeling rough. You've got this, man. You've got this.
Definitely got it.
He's got the practice down for it. It's one of those things that the rhythm is just slightly off, but the correction is definitely possible. And
There
he does
we go.
get it this try.
Getting
Okay,
it
so
the second
second try
try
from both of them. So pretty well canceling out their own time losses. Try with the unfortunate spike movement there.
And actually, you know, we talk about there's not a lot of cycles in play. Cycles do actually come into play for this section because they, you know, when you come into the room, immediately the cycle starts. But since Madeline has that 1.5 second animation just spawning back in, it changes things just a little bit.
Yeah,
Chai was
if
able
you're
to get
not
away
used
from
to like backing up the movement after a failure, it's certainly rough to try to do it in game like that.
All right, so this is definitely pretty close here.
Also, like a little interesting tidbit is the Seekers can actually activate the coins, and that's what you do in that one room with the 4 in the kind of diamond shape to end up activating one of them.
All right, try getting through that secret portion there. Always get the try. Yeah, oof. I don't know if yeah, trying to save that, but had nowhere to run. Able to try to get. He's gonna grab Theo at 14:15. See how where Flat is gonna be at here. Getting that cycle skip there. And yeah, Flat is gonna be ahead by about 11 seconds here, even with the missed bumps drop. So looking good as they get ready to take on the Theo portion. And actually, Theo's been causing a little bit of drama for both runners here. See how this happens for the third race. We got Chai going into the impossible room. Not a factor this time. Oh, what?
Chai like made it and somehow just like dashed backwards. What?
What was that? I'm gonna need to clip of that because I'm gonna have to watch that later.
Yeah, someone please clip that in before 20 people clip it at once.
Yeah, because he definitely was in the clear. I don't know what happened.
That was very weird. We do have a clips channel in the GSA Discord, so if you could post that there, that would be greatly appreciated. I would love to go back over that to see what exactly
Yeah, just
happened.
wonder what was actually going on there because, I mean, you know, you're playing in person, anything like that can happen. We have seen those mishaps. I mean, I think every runner has done something a little off base in the league. We've seen retrying in prologue. That has happened. We've seen people do the Theo section twice because they didn't, the timer didn't finish. So they went and just jumped back in and redid the section. We've seen someone do the final section of chapter 6. They've returned to map instead of skipping. Like all these little things have happened, and it's going. You know, nerves come in. You just kind of have a brain fart here or there. It'll happen.
Yep. And then that's the huge thing is you have to be able to maintain that laser focus throughout this entire run. And having to do these best of 3 setups can be really, really challenging as compared to like just doing standard PB runs on your own.
Especially as we head into the grand final, because if I'm not mistaken, the grand finals is going to be a best of 5 set.
That
So
would be a wild one.
if we get you get down to where it's 2-2 in the last game. Whew.
And especially with, I'm sure the crowd will just be going completely wild the whole time.
Oh, definitely. Right, so we've got Vlad still with a little bit of a lead here. Get a nice check here. So Chai entering this room at 16:30. Vlad not too far behind. But yeah, it looks like about a 15-second difference between both runners here as we move towards getting closer to the checkpoint here.
Let's see what Chai can pull off for this back half here.
This chapter 2, there's a lot of secrets. We didn't really, there's an optimal route that you have, but you actually have the option of either going above or below for each of these. It's almost like a maze-like setting. And there's also even at the beginning of Lake, there's a few sections where you can kind of go off and get extra dialogue from Madeline, which I didn't even find out about one of them until last month. I was just kind of like messing around, and I just like, oh, I didn't know that there was a room in here, and then like full-on dialogue, and I was just like, I didn't know that was there.
Yeah, I actually just now learned about
Yeah,
that
it was
stuff.
just like, wow, it's really just. And
This really is the game that keeps giving.
It
And
does, it
It
does.
has
It
just
really
so much
does.
packed into it. So many little secret rooms and such. And like all the Crystal Heart puzzles are so cool. I feel like
Yep.
the one in Golden Ridge is like when you first try doing it, you're like, wait, what?
Oh, when I saw that Easter egg, I knew immediately what to do to get that heart. I was like, I know exactly what this is, and I know exactly what I need to do. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody.
Yeah.
But I was just like, that is a great homage.
Like I'm pretty sure I tried doing what I needed to, but it didn't work out correctly. I think I didn't hold the button long enough or something.
I know for the reflection heart, I definitely had to look that up. So I was like, I don't know how to do this. Even chapter 1 is pretty tricky.
Yeah. Because like I think I stumbled upon the area that you get it like in my first playthrough, and I was like, oh, this is just a neat little like pixel art thing. I
Yeah.
didn't think it was anything special.
So we got both runners here just going head to head with battling. Oh, getting corner bop. We got the just nice improvisation there from Fladervy. So again, a corner bop is where if you hyper into like the corner of a ledge, or even like at the edge of a screen transition, there's a good chance that your momentum will just come to a complete stop. There's a few places, most notably that I remember. Oh, okay, he got there.
It could have been a really rough death.
Yeah, that could be a really rough one. The screen after the auto scroller skip in 2000, you have the opportunity to try to ultra into the next screen, but for some reason, if you land on the transition as an ultra, like you just lose all your momentum. So I think some others actually just don't even go for that anymore.
Yeah, when you lose momentum over things like that, it can just feel so awkward.
Yeah, and most of the time it usually ends up being a death because you're just so used to just what to do next, and by the time it happens, you're just like, well, I guess I'll die now. Alright, so now Flag getting into the second round of the battling fight. Chai already there, but again, IGT is showing us that Flag is just a little bit ahead. This part too, I remember this took me so long to finish this level.
Oh yeah, no, same here. It took I don't remember how long for me either.
Alright, so we're gonna get some timestamps for y'all out there in Twitch land. Seems Chai. Oh, nice observation of where you're at. So Chai's gonna level up here. Let's get down to 2025. And now Flad on this last screen here. Not getting that. Yeah, see, like, he didn't get the animation. So he got there fast enough. But he would have, that would have been a death. Okay, so it's about a 12-second difference as we get ready to go into Summit. And that's not a lot of time. That's not a good, nice lead. So it looks like Chai is going to take just a little breather here, get his bearings set. He gets ready to approach Summit.
So he started out with a 46, while Flad finished out with a 34. It looked like or so. So about a 12-second deficit for Chai, not insurmountable at all. This, like, especially when you remember in race 1, he was like I think a full minute behind coming into Summit, but this time around, just barely, like ultimately less than 20 seconds. So we'll see what he's able to do with this mild deficit. But of course, like you were saying earlier, Flad, impeccable at Summit. Chai's average just not exactly comparable. So it's certainly going to have to be a very, very wild ride from him in order to make this work.
And most notably this room, like we've seen, okay, Flag is going to clear that room. He's having a little bit of hang up there before. These longer rooms is really what's going to paint more defining picture here. If Flag takes a death, like for example in the 2 long rooms in 1500, it's going to give Chai that opportunity to just strike back.
Yep.
or like Flag 13 is another one too. And there's so many opportunities where like a death would not be too bad, but with a 12-second difference between both runners, it's going to be that opportunity to just like come back into it.
We'll see how they're able to pull out the summit movement as they're getting towards the end of 1,000 here.
Nice ultra there from Flad. That strat is so cool. I love it. All right, now Chai going into 1,000. Oh, taking a death there. Not leaving too early. I'm not even sure how he was so low to that spike.
Look at this movement from Chai, just so graceful. Oh man.
And Fladervy's movement too. This is like, I feel that 1,000 is probably the most optimized or close to optimized section of the summit.
I can certainly see that.
Like the only thing I see that is different is Blackbear actually does like a corner boost off of one of these like small areas. Other than that, everything is just like the exact same. And so Chai is going to get out first at about 23 minutes flat. We're going to see Vlad come through. There's about 14-second difference between the two of them now. Now this is that zone I was talking about. And we see Vlad take a few deaths early on. Some dust bunnies here. Oh. Commentator curse coming right on time.
Yep. To whoever in the crowd has the voodoo doll affecting the commentators, please stop.
Yeah.
We have a strict clause in our contract with Xanadu that no dark magic can be affecting the commentators or the game while we are using the premises.
Yeah, I swear up and down I left my commentary curse at my layover in St. Paul, Minnesota. But apparently it somehow managed to get into baggage claim and continue its just full onslaught here.
Yep. Okay, so we've got Chai moving into the Golden Ridge section as Vlad going to be joining him momentarily as soon as he's able to get through the battling block here.
Yeah, and we're seeing that lead now just cut a little bit.
Chai really playing out of his mind right now.
Yeah, he's very solid gameplay. And again, it's just going to rest on Vlad. But we'll see. Oh, I respect this move from Chai, playing it safe.
Yep, not actually bounding under the terrain, just going the relatively normal route.
Now let's see if Vlad's going to follow suit. It looks like it. Okay, not even giving the opportunity to make the move and make it safe by playing it safe there too.
Yeah,
and also, this is a nice ultra into that auto scroller block. Coming with the swag too. It's like, you know what? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling the confidence. And see, that's again like that confidence behind Madeline's movement. Vlad is in his zone right now.
Chai also in there, it looks like.
Now we're gonna see here as we come into 25 because we have that corner boost into that ultra. I feel like Chai's gonna go for it. I don't think Fladervy is gonna go for it, so that's gonna get an opportunity to save a little bit of time, barring no deaths. So Chai's getting set up here. He's gonna nail it.
Wow.
Oh, but not getting that one there.
Oh, that's a really rough miss to take because of that platform just forcing you back and you have to wait for it to retract again. Okay, so
and then Vlad's playing it safe. All right. Let's see here. He opened up at a 25.48 for Chai. Looks like Vlad got a little time back.
Yeah, about 13 seconds lead, so nowhere near completely solid, but Vlad, he's probably feeling pretty nice, especially if he's able to complete the rest of this without deaths. Threading the needle there, really nice and handy. He's got 1 and 2 door skips, okay. So both of them with just a stellar set of early summit stuff. So we'll see how the actual flag section goes here.
And Chai's coming in at 2630. Flag going for a little bit of a different strat. But I'll take that. The death there would have been really bad because you get put all the way back at the beginning. So it's about a 12-second difference between both runners as we head into the home stretch here. And again, it's just really going to come down to those longer sections and just getting through them as clean as possible. I'm curious to see if people are going to be playing it safe and grabbing a couple of those flags, like at a 10 and 9, not 8.
Oh, what's going on with Flad there, taking that kind of weird fall down into the shaft?
Chai is in the updraft portion now, coming at 27.18. Fladervy is making his way through, getting into flag number 20.
So I'm thinking it's less than 10 seconds now. Wow.
Yeah, it looks like Chai was getting there a lot faster, able to save a little bit of time here.
Okay, he's at flag 12.
All right, Chai not going for those checkpoints. Neither. I always get nervous. It's not a factor for him.
Okay, and he does grab number 7 as he's going to make his way up towards the final 5. See what he's able to pull off here. It's looking like a low to mid 29 pace on this run.
Chai in the home stretch here. He's got a couple flags to go.
Get flag number 3.
He's gonna get that nice diagonal dash there. That one is so tough.
Okay, and so we are at flag number 1 on Chai's side. And we've got Chai at the summit with a 29.06. Okay, so let's watch Flad really closely here. 29.07.073. This is going to be a close finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he did finish at 28.57, but he's having a little bit of hang up here.
Yeah, I think Chai may have it just from that little bit of momentum.
I mean, as long as he doesn't hit retry. Okay, whew.
There we go. All right.
Flad is gonna take the set.
Jeez. What a
Just
stellar
all
final
around.
race, too.
The 28.58 there. Excellent opener to pace, if I say so myself.
And we're going to actually have an interview with Flad here in just a moment. And so, what a set of races here.
I know, wow. That was everything I could have asked for.
Especially that last one. That was really nice and close.
Yes, just nice and solid, just back and forth. Oh, I wish they could show it. Like we got the runners just coming up and giving hugs around. That is one of the best things about the Celeste community. Like we're in a top 4 situation. We got the 4 runners going against each other, but like they have such a good camaraderie amongst each other. Like it's incredible.
Like, a lot of people think speedrunning is this very, very competitive, rivalistic thing, but ultimately it's collaborative competition.
It is. It definitely is.
Everyone is about getting the time as low as possible. It doesn't matter who gets it as low as possible first. And so that's what you see demonstrated here is just a huge sense of camaraderie and just huge teamwork. It's really great to see, I feel
It's one of the things that I do like about the Celeste community as a whole. It's all just being very supportive and just wanting to watch everybody get better at the game itself.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like just about every major speed game is like that in a lot of ways. And it's really, I've been involved in a lot of different special interest communities, and I definitely have to say speedrunning has been just the overall best in terms of the personalities of the people involved, how kind and friendly they are, and just I've fallen in love as soon as I started getting involved with it. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one of the reasons why I still stick around for Celeste, because everybody's so supportive, especially with the racing community too.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
everybody's very supportive. They want to see everybody just continue to do better and just get those PBs in and just watching everybody improve. So good ends on them. All right, so we. Okay.
Oh, so we do have Flad passing on the interview. Going to go ahead and have this chair moved out of the way. So
Slide it on over.
don't go anywhere, folks. This script doesn't only have this race in it. It also has TGH versus M Sushi. That's going to be a really wild race.
Yeah.
I feel like M Sushi, the 17-year-old wonder. I mean, he has been pulling off some really, really amazing stuff with this game.
Yes, he has.
And Tej, he needs no introduction. He is
Yeah,
just.
and if you know Celeste, you probably have heard of TGH at one point or another. This is going to be really good. As you said, M Sushi's on right there to just dive in on a PB, and I feel like it's going to happen. It could happen in this match overall.
Yeah, and I
too.
mean, especially with how many matches we're going to be having over the next 4 days, he definitely has a lot of opportunities to go ahead and squeak out that PB. So we've got Sushi and Tej going ahead and setting up real fast.
Got a little bit of changeover here. That's all right though. So let's see. What do I want to see in this one? I know that Tej has come up with a few cool strats in the Triple Ultra Room in Summit, which we didn't really get to talk about because it's like that room goes by so quick. It's in 1500. It's in like the longer section, the second long room. Basically, it used to be called the Triple Ultra Room because we would do a total of 3 ultras in there. Somehow it's just evolved into like, I don't even know how many ultras they have now. I would have to actually slow the tape down and just count down how many we have. So we're looking forward to that. So we're going to get set up here. We're going to go ahead and take a quick short break. And then when we come back, we will have TGH versus M Sushi. So
Yeah,
be sure
don't
not to
go
go
anywhere,
anywhere.
guys. And in case you're not feeling the Celeste action, we do have SMO directly following those races.
Yeah, we do.
Just be sure to stick around. And if races have kind of got you tired out, showcase runs, y'all.
I know. We have a little bit of everything for everybody here. So be sure to look forward to it.